Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and in today's video, we're talking about Kadena price action. That's right. In yesterday's tweets, or Wednesday's tweets, excuse me, I threw up a whole bunch of stuff talking about what's going on with Bitcoin dominance, and we'll get into this in just a second. But that's why, folks, you need to follow me at Real6Fig on Twitter. That's right. Hit me up, and that's where I drop charts just like this, talking about the markets. So I don't know anybody that doesn't like the markets. So if you like the markets, that's why you need to hit me up. I got lots of good stuff here. But back to Kadena price action. We are seeing a rising wedge on the Bitcoin dominance charts. And when we look at how this has impacted other assets like ICP, for example, as the dominance goes up, it suppresses altcoins. Now, there was also another altcoin that I threw in here, one of these other projects that I follow religiously, and that is CKB. So you can see that CKB really was a victim of the same thing, all the alts, Kadena included. But I drew up this crazy chart here, and I'm going to show you guys something that you're not going to want to miss out. But it's important that we look at the Bitcoin dominance here first. And this looks like a Lamborghini Panawagon right now. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete some of this stuff really quickly. But I promise you guys, it's going to be beneficial for you. Now, when we look at Kadena price action, or excuse me, at Bitcoin dominance action, we can see that for over the last year, this thing has spiraled up into this rising wedge. And going back to what I've been talking about on Twitter, the rising wedge is very bearish. That's why you guys need to find me. But here it is. We've also got another pattern, folks, that is playing out, and that's this head and shoulders pattern. So we've got two bearish patterns, and these are almost like confirmation patterns in many ways. And this is on the daily chart. So what I'm hoping happens to Bitcoin dominance is that we see the price action fall through the floor, and then we see this purple 50 moving average follow the price action, and then we see this 200 moving average kind of follow everything else. And then once the 50 moving average crosses this 200, we'll be in what's called a death cross. And that's very good to see on such a long time frame chart like the daily. So this is great, folks. So right now, I'm definitely looking forward to Bitcoin maybe collapsing a little bit as far as the dominance is concerned. Off to Kadena, because that's why we're all here. One of my favorite things about Kadena is that it's proof of work. And really, folks, what I'm throwing up here, basically is something that I charted out a long time ago, probably 6 months ago. You could probably find a video I did on Kadena back then, and you can see that this charting is still holding true to everything that I've been telling you guys about. So really, when it comes down to it, this is what's known as a gone fan. A lot of people will throw up gone boxes. I just realized that you guys can't see that because of my big mug here. But here we go. So basically what we do is we measure from swing high to swing low. And what we do is we throw up some gone fans at 45-degree angles. And you can see how nicely Kadena has respected, with respect, has respected this channeling here. So what I'm excited to see about Kadena is that right now this thing is in a very symmetrical triangle squeeze, and that this thing is getting ready to move, in my opinion. So what we have here is an opportunity here, and I'll say this, by mid-October, if we don't see this thing really cruising up through this very thin Ichimoku cloud on the daily, man, we're going to be in some trouble. But say we can get above it. We've got all this price exploration, and this thing might be setting up for at least a 2x. So I don't know how you can be not bullish on that. I mean, again, you can see how well price action has respected my gone fans that I put up. It's just huge levels of respect. So I do think that this TA on this gone fan is definitely super accurate, and the setup is correct. So I mean, just looking at this chart, boy, oh boy, that makes me kind of bullish on this whole situation right now. Symmetrical triangle squeeze. Let's just look at this thing on the weekly chart right now. And right now, first thing I notice is on the weekly chart, of course, candles respecting these gone fan lines. But I do think that this price action, folks, I do think that it's just kind of too far from this Ichimoku cloud. And you can see when price gets too far from the Ichimoku cloud kind of reels it in, folks, like I'm reeling in a big old salmon in the Alaskan River, or a shark, which, hey, I love shark fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. So if anybody down there, hit me up. But I do think that there is a chance we could see this price action get reeled in a little bit. Good news is on the weekly, folks, we got a very thin Ichimoku cloud. Now this is great because it makes it easy for price action to break through, especially on these bigger weekly charts. Now, Kadena has never been on top of the Ichimoku cloud on a weekly chart. I mean, this thing launched just perfectly in time for the 2021 bull market, and then it just went straight up only. So with that said, this thing is very cool. This setup, I'm very excited about it. Let's just look at this thing on the 4-hour charts right now and just kind of get a glimpse at a super high level. I'm just going to go ahead here and clear this little trend line, and you can see a lot clearer this symmetrical triangle squeeze that I just mentioned. And I do think that on the daily chart, or on this 4-hour chart, folks, you know, there's a chance to see this thing come up. If you see this thing break through and reach 50 cents, know that it is possibly gotten above this gone fan line. So hopefully, I do think that it's going to attempt it to make it up there. Let's just take a quick peek at the RSI. Yeah, you know, you can see that RSI is even in what's called a bull pennant. A lot of people that do TA don't even realize that you can find patterns and stuff like that in the RSI, but it's very prevalent to me that you can. There's a bull flag right now. You can see that back here. There was some sort of possibly falling wedge. That is a very bullish sign, so we saw price action pump. Now, you can see that this hopefully will be enough to get Kadena back up to some higher levels, folks. And that's it for today's video. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter. The more Kadena people that follow me on Twitter, the more eager I will be to do videos and stuff like that on Kadena. I'm super bullish on the project, have been for the last year or so, but I've just been kind of feeling the project out and stuff like that. I love you can mine it. I love the speed, everything. So we'll see you guys all in the next video. Let me know on Twitter if you came to my Twitter because of this video. We'll see you all on the next video.